Today we're going to learn about selection sort. Selection sort is one of many algorithms used to sort numbers from smallest to greatest. Right now this is an unsorted list of numbers. So here's how selection sort works. It starts at index 0. And then it looks for the smallest number within the list. So let's say that smallest num right now, let's call this a variable smallest. It looks at 18, and right now 18 would be the smallest. Then we go to 11, but 11 is smaller than 18. So that means 11 is the new smallest number. And likewise, it keeps going. So it goes to 14. 14 is greater than 11. We don't need to change that. It goes to 2. 2 is smaller than 11. So we're going to change smallest to 2. And then it goes to the end of the list, finds that 0 is the smallest number. So now we know that the smallest number is 0. And then after we figure out that the smallest number is 0, we select that smallest number. That's why it's called selection sort. So we select the smallest number and switch it with index 0. So this is index 0 right now. Index 0. So we're going to switch 0 and 18. And this switching part is a key in recognizing the selection sort code. So in any code that involves selection sort, there will be this kind of swapping mechanism where there's a temporary variable that stores the current index. So right here, temp would store a list at index 0, which is 18. And then in the second step, the element at index 0 will equal the element at the position. So let's call this one position, because we know this is the smallest number. So the index 0 element is going to equal the element at position. So we're going to change this. And this is going to be 0. Now we need to fix that element. So we take the temporary variable and put that number in this element. So the list at position, so the element at position is going to equal 18, because that's what we assigned to the temporary variable. It's going to be 18. And then after that, we're going to go on to the next index. So the next index is 11, and we're going to reset the smallest number. So let's say right now smallest is 11, because that's the first index we're checking. Now we're going to check through the rest of the list so far and see what's the new smallest number. So as you can see, out of 11, 14, 2, 518, 2 would be the smallest number. So our smallest number is going to be 2. And 2, since this is our smallest number, this is going to be our new position. Now that we have the position, we know that this is going to come at index 1, right? So we do the same swapping mechanism. So we're going to assign temp to equal the index at, to equal index 1. So this is 11. And then we're going to have this box right here, list at index 1. This element 1 is going to equal the element at position. So this is going to be changed to 2. And then lastly, we have to change this element. So the element at position is going to equal the temp variable, which is 11. we finished the second part of the loop. Or sorry, not the second part of the loop, the second iteration of the loop. Now we move on to index 2. So we're going to find the smallest number from index 2 to the rest of the list. So out of 14, 11, 518, 11 would be the smallest number. So we don't need to change position because that is the smallest number. Now we need to swap position and the current index. So this is going to become 11. And this one is going to become 14. Now we move on to the next index, index 3. And we look to from 14 to the rest of the list. Out of 14, 518. Position again stays the same. So now our smallest number is 14. And since there's 14 is at position and it's the smallest number, it's in the right place, there's no need to do any switching. So then we move on to index 4. Index 4 is 500. We look at what's the smallest number between 500 and 18. And we know that 18 is the smallest number, so this becomes the new position. So then we gotta swap 18 and 500. So this is gonna be 18, and this is gonna be 500. Oh, I forgot to change the smallest. So the smallest number was 18 in that iteration. And now we have a completely sorted list. And that is how selection sort works. An easy way to remember selection sort is that it selects the smallest number and then switches it with the index. And all of those start with S, selecting the smallest number and switching it with the index. And that's selection sort in a nutshell.